Hi, I'm Gouwa and I've been a member at EFF for 2 years.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Wow, it was very inconsistent, especially with eating habits. I needed to find a balance, and that's why I discovered EFF.
Morning.
Okay, so 2 years ago, I was actually driving past EFF and got to the robots, and there was no cars behind me, and I reversed my car back, went into a parking lot, and that was it. I wasn't even in gym wear or anything, and that was when I decided enough was enough. Spoke to Kelly, and the next day I was at class.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Okay, so before I started EFF, I'm sure everybody's life is very busy. And being a mom of two and running a small business from home, I found myself dropping my kids at school, coming home, seeing two meals for clients, and then doing deliveries. And by that time, it was lunchtime again. So I would find myself buying meals on the road. And not healthy meals. So yes, that was life before EFF. And afterwards, let me say planning is very important. I've gotten into planning meals, prepping. Sunday evening is prep time. And when going onto the road, I would make sure I take my meal with me. And if it was that I don't have a meal prepped, I would opt for a healthy meal like Gouwa. But being very conscious of what I'm eating. So before that, I was not conscious at all.
Power, never.
So I am a real snacker. I love snacking, especially in the evening when we're watching movies. And that was something very difficult to give up. And I also have a sweet tooth. So yeah, that would be the toughest thing to give up.
Ever, after, work is.
Okay, so mindset has shifted drastically. I wouldn't, back then I wouldn't think of what I'm about to eat. I would just eat anything. But now I'm more conscious, and I would first give it thought. And even reading labels on the back of food items, So that is all mindset and transition. I would say a pretty big transitioning. I have lost in total 22 kgs over 2 years. It's definitely given me a lot of confidence. And when I started at EFF, everybody's goal is to lose weight. But I had another goal in mind. Was 10 years ago when I gave birth to my son. I was put onto chronic medication, which was for hypertension. And that for me was, because I was still young at the time, all I wanted to do was just come off from that chronic medication. And 2 years, today, it's actually 2 months that I am completely off from my blood pressure medication. So that has been fantastic. That's actually more an achievement for me than my weight loss. It really has. EFF offers so many classes throughout the day, not to mention the very early class, which I would not set foot in at 5:30 in the morning. But my favorite class was definitely the 9:30 class. I would say that was the mom's class, because our kids were at school and it was just moms majority was moms. You would get now and then where there's a male in our class, but we all knew each other very well. We were like family. And the fact that we were a lot of moms, we could relate, We all had something in common. Your at-home workouts, let me say, it definitely takes a lot of determination to train at your house and with kids. But it has had such an amazing impact on my kids. It's gotten them involved, it's gotten my husband involved, and you just make it fun. So if you are not able to come to class, which I think there's almost, it's 5:30, 6:30, 9:30, 12:15, 4:30, there's classes throughout the day. But if for any reason that you're not able to, I would highly recommend at-home workouts to start off with. It gets the whole family involved, and it's something that you enjoy with your family. Definitely the family vibe. Everybody makes you feel so welcome and at home. The staff, they hold you accountable. They call you to check up why you're not at class. So for me, most important is that everybody makes you feel so welcome. And you know, normally when you step into a gym, you feel very overwhelmed. Because there's people at different levels, you know, you can't expect to be, if you step into a gym, expect to be at the same level as a person that's been there for 2 years. But they don't make you feel like that. You definitely feel at home. I have been stalking EFF for quite some time before I initially started. And I've had a few friends that has been at EFF prior to me starting. And you know, when they mention the fees and how much it costs, yes, to a lot of people it might seem a lot, but I cannot emphasize on how much value you get out of it. So that day that I reversed my car and got into the parking lot, I said to myself, I'm going to do this for myself. And ever since then, I haven't looked back. So for me, the fees just took a backseat, you know, because I was getting so much value for my money. And I saw results every single month.